Since time immemorial, law is supreme, and it is also the equal driving force in the new age society and plays a pivotal role in securing peace and justice in complex social matrix. The rule of law is key for sustaining peace-building processes. Let us all give a standing ovation for our guests of honor. Please, students, give a huge round of applause for our honorable guests, and I request all our dignitaries to kindly proceed towards the ringing of the bell of democracy and justice. Before we commence the valedictory ceremony of the second edition of ISLP, we would like to begin this program by ringing the bell of democracy and justice. Friends, please give a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. I request all the dignitaries to kindly proceed towards the lighting of the auspicious lamp. Before commencing the ceremony, we would like to light the auspicious lamp as per the tradition of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, Pune, Bharat. As we light the auspicious lamp, I request all my dear students to please give a huge round of applause for the valedictory ceremony of the second edition of the International Symposium on Law and Peace. Friends, can we keep applauding enthusiastically? Thank you so much. I request all the guests to kindly proceed to the dais. I request all the students and the distinguished guests of honor to kindly rise. All the guests on and off the dais to kindly rise for the national song. I request my technical team to kindly relay the national song. I request all the students to stand straight for the national song. Please keep standing. I request the distinguished guests and the dignitaries on and off the dais to kindly remain standing for our next prayer. I request all of you to please join your hands, close your eyes, and pray together to the Almighty to seek the divine blessings. I request my technical team to kindly relay the World Peace Prayer, a prayer that knows no discrete religion, race, and any kind of national or international boundaries. Let us all stand together on this Human Rights Day and pray for the mankind. I request my technical team to relay the World Peace Prayer.
प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या सकलार्थमतिप्रकाशो म्हणे निवृत्तिदासो अवधारी गोदी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Thank you so much for your wholehearted participation. Kindly be seated. I request all of you to please be seated. Namaste, hello, and a warm welcome to all present here. I welcome all of you once again to the second International Symposium on Law and Peace organized by MITWPU School of Law in association with the Pune District Bar Association. This International Symposium on Law is the international conglomeration of legal professionals gathering to promote peace through heralding law. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to mention that Day 1 and 2 of ISLP 2 witnessed an overwhelming participation. We had the inaugural session yesterday on the theme Legal System, the Foundation for World Peace, followed by 4 technical sessions on the themes Socio-Legal and Cultural Issues in Contemporary India, Climate Change in Law, Gender Neutrality, A Need of an Hour, International Relations, Society and We, respectively. We also had a student-to-student connect session where we received an enthusiastic participation from our young and dynamic students. Let us all together now proceed towards the culmination of the International Symposium on Law and Peace 2022. The theme for the valedictory session is Sensitizing Legal Professionals to Herald Peace and Harmony in the World Through the Lens of Law. With this, I would now like to invite Honorable Dean of School of Law, Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi Sir, to kindly propose the welcome address for today. Let us give a huge round of applause for Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi Sir. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Bagchi. It is indeed a moment of wonderful pleasure that the School of Law, Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad University, is celebrating its second International Symposium on Law and Peace. Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, has a legacy of 40 years of academic excellence under auspicious patronage of its highly acclaimed academician founder president, Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad Sahab, and his gracious executive president, Honorable Shri Rahul D. Karad Sahab, who have not only taken this institution to the pinnacle, but added and still keep on adding many more flying colors to the happiness of its huge human base, including faculty, staff, and the parents of the students across the globe. Today, On second day of International Symposium of Law and Peace, which happens to be International Human Rights Day also, we are witnessing an illuminating galaxy of legal luminaries from all over the world who could take out their precious time and grace this beautiful day of valedictory ceremony with their auspicious presence and blessing this young school of law, its faculty, and the students. We want to thank the most acclaimed former Supreme Court judge and presently President of National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission, Honorable Mr. Justice R.K. Agrawal Sahab, for his kind arrival and making this day blissful. Kindly accept our heartiest gratitude, Your Lordship. It is an absolute pleasure to have President Judge of Delhi High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Talwan Singh ji, for his gracious consent to grace this occasion and to bless our students with his kind words of wisdom. We are truly indebted to your kind honor. We are exalted to the kind patronage extended by Honorable Advocate Dr. Lalit Bhasin sir, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court and mentor of the School of Law, who is in UK now, and he promised that he would be blessing our students online only. We are deeply thankful for his kind support and blessings. Thank you. May I take the opportunity to welcome Honorable Vice President Supreme Court Bar Association, Dr. Pradeep Rai sir, for his kind arrival and to bless our children. We are truly thankful to you, sir. We are grateful to Honorable President, Delhi Bar Council, Advocate Murari Tiwari sir, who unconditionally consented to come and bless today's ISLP. We are grateful to you, sir. We are deeply thankful to the most acclaimed advocate, Honorable Shri Adish C. Agrawala Sahab, for helping our School of Law with his kind guidance and blessings to the young students. Kindly accept our sincere gratitude, sir. The School of Law is exalted to find Honorable Ms. Savitri Pandey, Member Secretary, Supreme Court Bar Association, and to guide our young students to become successful like her. Kindly accept our sincere thanks, madam. We are happy to announce and to find Shri Umesh V. Javalikar Saab, who is the President Consumer Commission in Pune. Thank you very much for arriving, sir. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of UNESCO Chair, revered Professor Vishnath D. Garad sir, Executive President, gracious Shri Rahul Garad sir, and highly acclaimed academician, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. R.M. Chetty sir, and on behalf of entire School of Law, its young and talented faculty, and bright students, I, Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi, Dean School of Law, do welcome all the dignitaries on this auspicious day of wisdom, love, and peace. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Let us give a huge round of applause, my dear friends. And it is indeed my honor and privilege to mention that we have been joined with a very distinguished panel of legal luminaries for today's valedictory ceremony of the second edition of ISLP. We would now like to acknowledge their gracious presence by felicitating them, and doing the honors are Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. R.M. Chitnis Sir, as well as Honorable Dean of School of Law Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi, and Honorable Head of School of Law Dr. Purnima Inamdar Ma'am. It is our privilege to felicitate Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji. Let us all give a huge round of applause as we graciously acknowledge the presence of Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji. Please give a huge round of applause for the President, National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, NCR, DC, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji. Friends, let us now give a huge round of applause for Justice Talwan Singh ji, Honorable Judge, High Court of Delhi. Friends, I think the applauses can keep continuing as we felicitate Justice Talwan Singh ji, Honorable Judge, High Court of Delhi. Friends, let us give a huge round of applause for Advocate Adish Agarwala ji, the President, International Council for Jurists, President, All India Bar Council, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Advocate Adish Agarwala ji. Let the applauses continue as we would now like to felicitate Advocate Pradeep Rai ji, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India and Vice President, Supreme Court Bar Association, Advocate Pradeep Rai ji. Friends, now let us hear it for Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, President, Delhi State Bar Council and Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Can we have a huge round of applause for Advocate Murari Tiwari ji? Let us now hear it for Advocate Savitri Pandey ji, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India and former Member Secretary, Supreme Court Bar Association. Please give a huge round of applause for Advocate Savitri Pandey ji. Friends, now let us hear it for Advocate Pandurang Thorve ji, President, Pune Bar Association. Can we give a huge round of applause for Advocate Pandurang Thorve ji? Thank you so much. We are indeed honored and privileged to have such a distinguished panel with us for the valedictory function of International Symposium on Law and Peace, the second edition. And with this, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, of MIT World Peace University, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis, to kindly address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, all of you. Namaskar. This international symposium on unique subject of law and peace is the outcome of toiling efforts of our founder president, torchbearer of peace, Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir. Today he could not join, but he and Rahul Karad sir, executive president, they have not only extended full support to this prestigious conference, but also actively participated in the sessions and appreciated the views, discussions of the esteemed speakers. The huge participation by all of you, dear students, and the feedback received for all the sessions since yesterday, or let's say last 2 days, stands a strong testimony of the success of the symposium in terms of its objective and purpose. Friends, the central theme of this symposium is the role of law to promote the culture of peace. Looking at the extremely informative and thoughtful discussions and deliberations that took place in plenary sessions, we can confidently say that the theme has got very good traction and momentum to take it ahead in the right direction. A strong nation builds a strong future for its citizens. A strong nation builds a strong future for its citizens. But a strong nation founded on the solid foundations of law can build a mighty nation for every citizen to be proud of and for other nations to follow. And if a mighty nation firmly believes in building and heralding peace, others are bound to follow. And within the global scenario that we see around the world, full of unrest, lawlessness, war-like situations, socio-economic and socio-political disturbances, economic downwardness, India stands tall and mighty in terms of its economic growth, scientific and technological advancement, prosperity, enhanced standard of living, and greater happiness quotient. Through the organization of such unique conferences, we firmly believe, sirs, that the message of this unique conference of law and peace is very loud and clear, and the role of law in building peace and harmony is huge, and we must exercise our power to fit laws in such a framework that they will ensure peace, unity, harmony, resilience, not only among our own countrymen, but for the entire humanity of the world. A famous quote, if I can put it, law is not law if it violates the principle of eternal justice. Law is not law if it violates the principles of eternal justice. At this juncture of valedictory session of the conference, let's vow to promote and abide by laws which protect the principles of eternal justice. With this word, I would like to thank you, but to the august and eminent galaxy, plethora of people on the dais in the law fraternity, let me share that MIT World Peace University is divided into 4 verticals. One is management, first is engineering, division 1, 2 is management, 3 is traditional sciences and pharmacy, and 4th is a mixed bag of law school, media and journalism school, also education school, also peace school, also photography school, and also liberal arts school, and also fine arts and visual arts school. This is the structure, 1 vice chancellor, 4 different pro vice chancellors, and then we have different deans and then head of the departments, and then 1,000 plus professors. I am very happy to see success of this conference because this directly comes under my division as a division 4 head. And just in last 2 years, you have brought this conference to this level, which other law schools may not be able to do in many years. So congratulations to all of you and all the faculty members. And secondly, I want to bring to notice of the dais that MIT started in 1983 with engineering college, and in 1992 for management college, and 96 pharmacy. but law school started just 4 years back in 2018, and the first batch is not yet out. It will be going next year. And if first batch gets this kind of a seminars or exposures, and same thing happened about journalism in mass media, where National Conference on Media Journalism was conducted. I want to congratulate not only law school, but the entire Division 4, including liberal arts schools, fine arts school, and all of you. Wonderful work. Thank you for your discipline. Thank you for your cooperation. This is going to help you in the long way. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of motivation and encouragement. This has truly set the context of the valedictory ceremony. And friends, it's indeed a great fortune that for ISLP, we were blessed with Shri Lalit Bhasin sir, the Advocate Supreme Court of India, as one of the organizing chairs, along with our Honorable Executive President, Managing Trustee of MIRS MIT and MIT World Peace University, Shri Rahul Vikarat sir. And indeed, the time has arrived where we will have the online presence of Shri Lalit Bhasin sir, who would like to address the gathering. Before I request sir to address the gathering, may I kindly request my technical team to relay a short film on the organizing chair and convener of ISLP, Advocate Dr. Lalit Bhasin ji. Over to Dr. Lalit Bhasin is the managing partner of Bhasin and Company and president of the Society of Indian Law Firms and the Bar Association of India. He started his law practice in 1962 and has developed Bhasin and Company as one of the largest law firms in North India. His areas of specialization include employment and labor laws, corporate law, formation of joint venture companies, foreign collaborations, amalgamations, mergers, acquisitions, disinvestment, laws relating to information technology, contract and conveyancing, constitutional law, banking and finance, consumer protection laws, disputes relating to foreign investment, example, shareholders agreements, collaboration agreements, agency and distribution agreements, technology transfer agreements, and dispute resolution practice. He was awarded honorary membership of the IBA in Melbourne in 1994 for outstanding service to the legal profession. He was awarded the Plaque of Honor by the Prime Minister of India in 2002 for outstanding contribution to the rule of law. In 2007, the President of India presented the National Law Day Award to Lalit Bhasin for outstanding contribution to the development of the legal profession in India and for his deep involvement and engagement in the maintenance of the highest standards at the bar. He has also been conferred the degree of Doctor of Laws LLD honoris causa by University of Rajasthan. We warmly welcome Dr. Lalit Bhasin. Thank you so much, sir, for making your gracious presence felt. And now we request the organizing chair and convener of ISLP, Advocate Dr. Lalit Bhasin ji, the president of the Society of Indian Law Firms, General Secretary, the Bar Association of India, and Managing Partner, Bhasin and Company, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, over to you.
Thank you for your very gracious introduction. It's a pity that I could not participate physically in this great and unique event in which I have been participating almost every year. Thanks to thanks to my dear friend Rahul Karat and the founder Vishwanath Karat ji, and of course the faculty of MIT Pune. Honorable Shri R.K. Agarwal ji, President of the National Consumer Dispute Resolution Commission, Honorable Justice Talwan Singh, my colleagues from the bar, Adish Agarwal, Pradeep Rai, Mr. Murari, the Vice Chancellor, and Professor Dr. Purnima Inamdar and other faculty members, and last but not the least, my dear students. You must have heard about the great novel War and Peace. Our Prime Minister Modi has very recently gone on record to say that this is not the era of war, therefore signifying that this is an era of peace. Now, how do we sustain this peace? How do we ensure that there is peace not only in our country but across the globe? And how to maintain, promote and strengthen peace around the globe? That is where the role of dharma comes in. Law is nothing but dharma. Dharma means justice, nyaya, and it explains what is right and what is wrong in a given circumstance. I quote from the Sanskrit shlok, Dharmo Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishta Loke Dharmishtham Praja Upsamarpanti Dharmen Papam Parundati Dharme Sarvam Pratishtatam Tasva Dharmam Param Vadanti. It means dharma constitutes the foundation of all affairs in the world. People respect one who adheres to dharma. Dharma insulates man against sinful thoughts and actions. Everything in this world is founded on dharma. Dharma, therefore, is considered supreme. Ever since human communities took form after the consolidation of the concept of family, an unwritten code of ethics prevailed for thousands of years. Gradually, as communities evolved into societies, ethnicity took root and fair and just interpretation of codes of ethics became an important aspect of social philosophy, which is so inescapable and integral that its complexity in different times and different circumstances became a specialized branch of human thought and activity. That is what is in present times known as law. The role and impact of law is not limited to the precincts of the courts alone. As an indispensable and respectable member of society, the usefulness of the services of the legal professional cannot be considered as limited. From dharma to the modern day law, from Manu to Kautilya to Privy Council to the Supreme Court, it has been the proud prerogative of the legal professionals to charter the course for developing a peaceful and an ordered society to achieve the Weberian concept of maximum welfare and peace. Now, what is law? Law is the comment and rather the cement of society, an essential medium of change in the understanding social values. Law is proper reasoning of what is good and useful to the society and what is not good or is harmful to any one individual or to a group of people or society. And accordingly, certain rules and are framed. The state, in order to maintain peace and order in the society, formulates rules of conduct to be followed by the people. These sets of rules and regulations of human conduct are called law. That is the interconnection between law and peace, because man by very nature, you see, is good, and at some times he represents the evil. Where adherence to dharma and to law ensures that what is evil is avoided and what is good is followed. Therefore, the role of law in maintaining peace throughout the world is most crucial, most essential, and most imperative. I have these preliminary thoughts to share with you. I am sure with such a galaxy of eminent speakers, headed by Honorable Justice R.K. Agarwal and Justice Talwan Singh and my colleagues from the bar, I think we will get useful inputs as to what is the interconnectivity between law and peace. But I congratulate Professor Vishwanath and Mr. Rahul Karad, the Dean, the Vice Chancellor of the University, for taking this brilliant initiative year after year to ensure that our students inculcate the values of what is dharma, what is law, what is peace. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sensitizing all of us with the theme of the valedictory session. Thank you so much for also making your gracious presence felt, sir. Friends, it is now indeed time to look upon the next segment in a very interesting manner. So there are different kinds of perspectives coming up on the changes happening in the urban as well as the rural landscapes. So students, as you're all aware that you are the future lawmakers of Bharat, and to realize the potential within the young legislators, the first incarnation of the National Legislators Conference, that is NLC, has been conceptualized by our Honorable Executive President, Shri Rahul V. Karad, sir. MIT World Peace University is indeed the first university to offer such a unique platform to the Gen Y and Gen Z, our next legislators who would customize the interpretations of law. So join us and join the change for a future-ready Bharat which can realize her destiny with NLC 2023, the first National Legislators Conference conceptualized by Shri Rahul V. Karad, sir, the Managing Trustee of MIRE, Executive President of MIRE and MIT World Peace University, and Chief Initiator of MIT SOG, the first school of Bharat for political leadership. Also the founder of social initiatives like BCS, NTC, NWP, Sarpan Sansad, ISLP, and now the NLC. I request my technical team to kindly relay a short film on the first National Legislators Conference NLC 2023.
भारत विश्व के सबसे विशाल लोकतंत्र के 75 साल।
आजादी के बाद देश आज जहां पहुंचा है उसमें इस देश के सभी प्रधानमंत्रियों का योगदान है।
इन ऐतिहासिक पलों को महत्वपूर्ण बना रहा है लोकतंत्र का महाकुंभ, यानी प्रथम राष्ट्रीय विधायक सम्मेलन का भव्य आयोजन। माननीय शिवराज पाटिल जी, मनोहर जोशी जी, मीरा कुमार जी और सुमित्रा महाजन जी के कुशल मार्गदर्शन में 50 से भी ज्यादा राष्ट्रीय और क्षेत्रीय राजनीतिक दलों की सक्रिय भागीदारी भारत के राजनीतिक इतिहास में पहली बार एक स्वतंत्र और गैर राजनीतिक मंच पर एकत्रित होंगे भारत के 28 राज्यों और 8 केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों के 4000 से भी ज्यादा निर्वाचित जनप्रतिनिधि। इस 3 दिवसीय वैचारिक मंथन में होंगे 40 से भी ज्यादा समानांतर सत्र जो तय करेंगे नए भारत की सुनहरी तस्वीर, जैसे कि विधायकों के प्रदर्शन में सुधार, सुशासन के लिए नए प्रयोग, सामाजिक समावेश पर आधारित भारत का आर्थिक विकास, कैसे बने सफल और संवेदनशील जनप्रतिनिधि। क्या है राष्ट्रीय विधायक सम्मेलन? एक मंच जो विधायकों को अपने दायित्वों के निर्वहन में करेगा और अधिक सक्षम, जिससे शक्तिशाली होगा हमारा लोकतंत्र। इस मंच पर होगी जनप्रतिनिधियों के समक्ष आने वाली चुनौतियों पर चर्चा। जातिवाद, सांप्रदायिकता, भ्रष्टाचार और अपराधीकरण जैसी ज्वलंत समस्याओं पर होगा विस्तृत विचार मंथन। राष्ट्रीय विधायक सम्मेलन 2023 जो लिखेगा भारतीय राजनीति की एक नई इबारत, जहां विभिन्न राजनीतिक विचारधाराएं आपसी मतभेदों को भुलाकर करेंगी लोकतंत्र को शक्तिशाली बनाने का अमृत मंथन, जहां मिलेगी युवाओं को राजनीति में आने की प्रेरणा, जहां लिखा जाएगा सुशासन, नेतृत्व, लोकतंत्र और विश्व शांति निर्माण का एक नया अध्याय। लोकतंत्र के इस महाकुंभ को अंजाम तक पहुंचाने के लिए हो चुका है आगाज। पहले पुणे और बाद में राष्ट्रीय राजधानी दिल्ली में इस कार्यक्रम के मार्गदर्शकों और सलाहकार मंडल के बीच 2 चरणों में हो चुका है विचार विमर्श, जिसमें सामूहिक सहमति से तय हुई है इस कार्यक्रम की रूपरेखा। मगर आगे बढ़ने से पहले आइए इस प्रगतिशील विचार के मील के पत्रों पर भी डाल लेते हैं एक नजर। इस विचार की पृष्ठभूमि है वर्ष 2005 में स्थापित MIT स्कूल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, जो युवाओं को राजनैतिक प्रशिक्षण देने का देश का पहला संस्थान बना। इसका अगला चरण बना वर्ष 2011 में प्रारंभ भारतीय युवाओं का सबसे बड़ा वैचारिक समागम भारतीय छात्र संसद। तत्पश्चात 2017 में राष्ट्रीय महिला संसद और वर्ष 2018 में आयोजित राष्ट्रीय सरपंच संसद। पिछले 20 सालों से लोकतंत्र में आम नागरिकों की भागीदारी सुनिश्चित करने के इन दूरगामी और समर्पित प्रयासों से ही जन्मा है ये विचार। इस प्रकार भारतीय राजनीतिक पटल पर उभर रहा है एक नया वैचारिक मंच, पहला राष्ट्रीय विधायक सम्मेलन 2023।
First National Legislators Conference 2023.
Thank you so much. Let us give a huge round of applause as we witness the clarion call for National Legislators Conference NLC 2023. With this, we would now like to request our first distinguished speaker, our special guest of honor, Advocate Adish Agarwala ji, to address the gathering. But before Sir addresses, may I request Sir to kindly have his introduction, a special AV that we have created for introducing Sir witnessed. I therefore request my technical team to relay a short film on our special guest of honor, Advocate Adish Agarwala ji. Advocate Adish Agarwala is a lawyer, writer and public figure, senior lawyer for the state of Haryana, lawyer for the state of Punjab and senior government advisor to the Supreme Court of India and the High Court of Delhi. In addition, Advocate Adish Agarwala is President of the International Council of Jurists, Chairman of the Indian Bar Association, member of the Board of the Indian Bar Council, Head of the Indian Institute of Legal Information, Secretary General of the Indian Senior Bar Association. At various times, he was the Executive Director and member of the Academic Council of the Faculty of Law of the Indian University in Bangalore, Vice President of the Bar Association of the Supreme Court of India and Deputy Chairman of the Delhi Bar Council, member of the Academic Council of the National Law University of Patna as well. In 1982, Advocate Adish Agarwala was elected as the youngest Vice President of the Bar Council of India, the highest body of lawyers created under the Indian Bar Act. In 1986, Advocate Adish Agarwala was appointed Senior Advisor to the government of Rajiv Gandhi. He was responsible for reforming the education sector in India. He is credited with raising the level of legal education and the creation of 140 new law schools.
Even with a change in the country's leadership, he was reappointed as senior advisor to the government. We warmly welcome Advocate Adish Agarwala.
Friends, let us hear it for the President, International Council for Jurists, President, All India Bar Council, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Advocate Adish Agarwala ji. Sir, over to you.
Most respected Honorable Mr. Justice R.K. Agarwal ji, presently the President of National Consumer Disputes Commission, formerly the Judge of Supreme Court of India, formerly the Chief Justice of Madras High Court, where I was also, before that, I was the Additional Advocate General of Government of Tamil Nadu, and Senior Judge of Allahabad High Court, which is the largest, biggest High Court, not only in India, in the world. Mr. Justice Talwan Singh ji is a judge of Delhi High Court, has been the district judge of Delhi, additional district judge, and a successful lawyer before that. Mr. Murari Tiwari ji, my colleague, presently he is the chairman of Bar Council of Delhi, and I had the opportunity of working with him when he was honorary secretary and I was the chairman of Bar Council of Delhi. We traveled together UK to discuss the issue of entry of foreign lawyers. The UK government invited our delegation to have a talk with them, but we clearly told the UK Minister for Justice that we cannot allow the foreign lawyers and especially UK lawyers, because I told we can permit you to do transactional work, not the legal work under the framework of our Indian judicial system. But they wanted, the minister was telling, no, we will not do, our lawyers will not do cases on Indian law. Then I told, my Ministry of Corporate Law or Commerce Ministry will register your lawyers, solicitors. We will not enroll them under our Advocates Act. So at that time, he was supporting us because he was member of Bar Council of Delhi that time. Mr. Pradeep Rai ji is a leader of Bar and now presently Vice President of Supreme Court Bar, and not this is second term. So my colleague Savitri Pandey ji, who has been additional treasurer and General Secretary of all Women's Lawyers Association, and our President of Pune Bar, Mr. Pandurang Thorve. Yesterday he was late because he was in another college and I was here and then I went to that other college. So today we are lucky that we are able to meet. Earlier he attended our conferences which held in Mumbai. And my colleague and senior leader of the bar, Mr. Lalit Basinji, just joined, and I think he must be online. He has been a very successful bar leader, and he united total bar association in India. And that's why, under my convenership, he was selected for National Law Day Award, for which you mentioned in your this thing, and I got that National Law Day Award from the President of India. He has so love and affection for the lawyers and the law students. He has dedicated his entire life for the development of our legal system, for promotion of the lawyers and the law teacher and students. Vice Chancellor, Mr. R.M. Chitnis, we have seen his caliber, young, experienced, and vocal. These are contrary, experienced but young. That is the uniqueness we have in him. Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi, he is working hard for developing this university. And I'm sure, today I was telling the Chancellor, the President, Dr. Karad, that if you have such type of your head of your teaching faculty, you will certainly be one of the topmost law school in India. Kalpana Sanap and other, Madam Poonam Inamdar, Poonam Purnima, meaning is the same, so that's why such little mistake a person of my age can commit. I'm very happy to be associated with this valedictory function of Second International Symposium on Law and Peace. My friends from Mumbai, from Delhi, lawyers and the students, this is really a unique event that when the students and the future lawyers or lawmakers think how to bring peace in the world. Because today you see there is a confrontation going on between Russia and Ukraine. And amongst Muslim countries also so much happening. And some forces are prompting them to fight. So it is our duty to ensure we have to develop a sense of responsibility amongst the countries also, amongst the judges of different countries, and the lawmakers and the lawyers. As yesterday I mentioned, that the judiciary of the world is firm to control maintain the peace, law and order, and control this terrorism, whether it is domestic terrorism or international terrorism. That a president of International Court of Justice, he was from this, I forgot his name, in 2014, he was attending our conference in London. And the theme of that international conference was International Conference of Jurists Against Terrorism. So he also spoke that the judiciary, the jurists of the world are united on one point, that we should work in a manner where we can finish this terrorism and we can bring peace in the world. Because when there is no peace in the world, there will be no prosperity in the world. Now, you see when tension is going on, fight is going on between Ukraine and Russia, how much the price of the diesel, petrol, and everything, they are at hike. So, and when people will be not in a position to cope with their requirements within the ambit of their finances, what will happen? There will be no peace. What they will do? They will kill people, they will loot. So, with these remarks, I am thankful to this university. They were earlier, or now also, the #1 university in engineering. About 10 years back, I suggested to Dr. Vishwanath Karad, because that if you will have the law school, that will add to your charisma. Because when you will be making the good lawyers, good judges, good lawmakers, they will always remember. So, thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Sahab, for giving me again this opportunity. Yesterday I was not in position to stay for more time because 3 other programs were there in different law schools in the Pune. So I'm thankful that you have given this opportunity to join this valedictory function. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Friends, it is now time to invite our next special guest of honor, Advocate Pradeep Rai, sir. But before we invite him to address the gathering, may I request my technical team to kindly play a short film on Honorable Advocate Pradeep Rai ji.
Advocate Pradeep Rai is a senior advocate and vice president of the Supreme Court Bar Association. Advocate Rai has over 25 years of standing at the bar in the Supreme Court of India, various high courts, commissions, regulatory bodies, and tribunals. He has experience in litigation across a wide spectrum of civil, criminal, revenue, and constitutional issues. Advocate Rai is the founder of various subcommittees of the Supreme Court Bar Association that includes Grievance Committee, E-Committee, Health Committee, etc. Advocate Rai and his team has been organizing several camps, events, seminars and lecture series at the Supreme Court of India, the Indian Society of International Law and Judicial Academies. It also includes various personality development programs for the young members of the bar. Advocate Rai is also the chairman of Indian Legal Aid Center and Indian Legal Research Foundation. The foundation has been organizing several cultural competitions and debates for families of the bar to excel their talents and build confidence for over a decade. He was the vice chairman of National Anti-Doping Agency, which is the premier organization under Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports for promoting, coordinating and monitoring doping control in all the sports in India. He has represented various top corporate houses, celebrities, film stars, politicians and chief ministers of various states. We warmly welcome Advocate Pradeep Rai.
Friends, let us give a huge round of applause for Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India and Vice President, Supreme Court Bar Association, Advocate Pradeep Rai ji. May I kindly request you, sir, to address the gathering. Over to you.
Founders of MITWPU University, Mr. Professor Karad and family, Honorable Justice R.K. Agrawal, sir, Chairman NCDRC, Honorable Justice Talwan Singh ji, Judge the High Court of Delhi, Murari Tiwari ji, Chairman Bar Council, Delhi, Adish ji, our elder brother, Savitri ji, Pandurang Thurve ji, Umesh Javalkar ji, Professor R.M. Chetnis ji, Vice Chancellor, Professor Saurabh Chaturvedi, the Dynamic Dean, Professor Purnima Inamdar ji, Professor Purnima Bagchi ji, and I always say my future colleagues, many of you who are sitting here willingly and many of you who are sitting here under the threat of attendance, you all are actually welcome, and I really address you all with very love and affection. But one request, Honorable VC sir, that all these students who are attending this function, they should have at least 20 attendance. And if they have 20, if they have 20 attendance, then our purpose of coming here will be served and they all will be in the peace. So if the lawyers are in, would-be lawyers are in peace, then the purpose of this conference is successful. One more thing. Though a very old Sanskrit shloka, that Sukharthina kuto vidya, vidyarthina kuto sukham. Sukharthi va tajit vidya, vidyarthi va tajit sukham. And at the same time, another is that vidya dadati vinayam, vinayam dadati patratam, patrate dhanomatvam, dhanam dharma, or dharma sukha, tato sukha. It means that because of education, we all become humble, and ultimately, when you get a lot of money, then you have to do dharma. Dharma means the seva of the service of the society, and thereafter you all will be happy. So now, at this occasion, in this wonderful gathering, because I did not know that all these students are so loving, even these coordinators who are assigned to us, they are also very humble and very good. I really appreciate you all, because the success of any program is depending on the role of you all. The primary logo which was mentioned by Honorable BC Sir, Yato Dharma Tato Jaya, that is there, but sometimes we are witnessing even Adharmo Tato Jaya. That's also happening sometimes. We all have to check it. We all have to critically analyze us. Where we fail, why we fail, and what can be done to convert the failure into success. You all are in such a profession where learning is a continuous process. That's why it is called that this profession is not bed of roses. Because first 5 years when you join the bar, you will not find the bed and not money also, no rose. After the next 5 years, when you start getting money, again you are working hard, so you will not find the bed, no rose. And when you start getting all the money, even then for the money you will not have the peace, and again there is no bed. So this profession demands a very demanding profession. That's why it is called that law is a jealous mistress. Because it requires regular courtship, regular study, updation. And sometimes when we fail, we do not make efforts in that direction, then obviously the profession is jealous. It will take out your success and you all will suffer. As far as law for peace is there cannot be any peace without law. And all the laws were made only intending to have the peace in the society, progress in the society, and to regulate the society. If every man is independent and they all start doing whatever they want and they don't want to be regulated, there will not be any peace, because sometimes there are so many people, they want the same thing. Law is, or the trial, or even this process that shows that what is the root cause. Like you all are fighting, one brother and sister are fighting for one orange. What mother does? Mother may divide it. They may do something, but a lawyer, if it comes to a law graduate, he will ask the reason that why you want this orange. What is the purpose of this orange? And ultimately, you realize the sister wanted only the skin of orange because he wanted to do for some makeup purpose, and boy was hungry, he wanted to eat the orange. So it was sorted out. So a lawyer, in the process, you all have to read, you all have to study. But one thing you must realize, that where law fails, nation also fails. If you do not apply the due process, if you do not protect the rule of law, then nation starts suffering. And we have seen so many things. There are so many dacoits In Chambal, we come from UP, we have seen so many decades. If you go into the story, Honorable Justice Agarwal sir will appreciate, because he must have dealt those matters, that if you go into detail, you will find that there is some injustice were caused to them, and that's how they turned into dacoits and they were nuisance. They taken law into their own hand. Even this Olympic medalist, a film was also Talwan Singh Tomar, you must have seen. So all these things happen. Even this corruption is again, the root cause is that one person is getting more, other person is not getting. Even many judges, they also want good posting. What is good posting? That I don't understand. A judge cause is judge, but they need house, they need proper education. In their salary, how many of them they can actually pay the fee of their kids? How many of them are there who can actually deal with the costly rental houses for having the dignified shelter? It's very difficult. We all have to consider all this. India is, we may say it's progressing, but I will say that in every developed countries, there are 170 judges per million. India has only 21 per million, and there are also 30% vacancies are there. Even in Allahabad, 160 judges are there as per vacancy, but 104 are functioning. Every high court has the same story. You all are the pressure groups. When you all start working, when you all start thinking in a direction where nation has to grow, nation has to buy peace somewhere, and nation has to deal certain issues which is actually related to the common man. Whenever you start taking a decision or you are drafting a policy, you must think about the talisman of Gandhiji. That you have to think about the last man of the society. Whether your policies, your decisions are actually going to affect the last man. And when you start in this direction, you take it from me, your nation will be happy. We all will be happy. We have to create an environment where a youth, if he wants to do a business, even passports, driving license, nowadays somewhere it's online. But otherwise, even for the passport, you have to pay the person who comes for the verification. It's your right. All these corruption issues we have to deal. Equal health facilities. You go to the hospital, you get the date. So many members, so many respected persons, they come to us and they request, they want date in the AIIMS. I think Honorable Talwan Singh ji, every day he must be helping so many persons from the fraternity for the admission, for the checkup. We don't have proper education system. Even from where I got education, from the primary school, we used to study under a tree. There was no classroom. I got my education up to class 8 from that school, and thereafter I came to the city. I'm the first person from my family who came to the city. At last I will say that after all this, if I can achieve something, you all are bound to achieve something, because you all are on much better footing. You all are studying a lot. You are doing very hard work. So I don't want to give speeches, but I just want to say that you all must work properly, focus in the profession. You all are going to achieve what others could not achieve. I give you all my best wishes, and I also appreciate the efforts made by this World Peace University and the dynamic Dean and Honorable Vice Chancellor, and the presence of Honorable Justice R.K. Agarwal and Justice Talwan Singh itself is an testimony that this institute is doing wonders. I appreciate and I love you all the students. Attendance recommendation has been made, and I hope that they will honor this. If they don't honor, call me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for encouraging our students and giving us the greatest perk I guess that will really help our students in many ways. But however, thank you once again for giving some very important statistics and sharing some insightful remarks. Friends, it is now time to call the next distinguished speaker for today, Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, our special guest of honor. Before we invite Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, may I request my technical team to kindly relay a short film on our special guest of honor, Advocate Murari Tiwari ji.
Advocate Murari Tiwari is the chairman of Bar Council of Delhi. He is a popular leader among lawyers and is committed to the welfare and betterment of the legal fraternity. Advocate Murari Tiwari is a law graduate from Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, and joined the bar in the year 1991. He was elected as General Secretary, Campus Law Center Students Union, University of Delhi in the year 1989. He was elected as the Additional Secretary, Delhi Bar Association, Tis Hazari Court in the year 1999 for consecutive terms. First time in the year 2003, Mr. Tiwari contested the election of Bar Council of Delhi and was elected as member. Since then, Mr. Tiwari has been a member of the Bar Council of Delhi for 3 consecutive terms. He was elected as the Honorable Secretary, Bar Council of Delhi for 2 terms in the year 2010 and 2012 respectively. He has been performing his responsibilities in Bar Council of Delhi in various other capacities like Enrollment Committee, Disciplinary Committee, Indigent and Disabled Lawyers Committee, etc. We warmly welcome Advocate Murari Tiwari.
Friends, let us give a huge round of applause for the President, Delhi State Bar Council and Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, our special guest of honor, Advocate Murari Tiwari ji. May I request sir to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Mr. Justice R.K. Agarwal, President, National Commission for State Commission, Honorable Mr. Justice Talwan Singh, Advocate Adish Agarwal, Advocate Pradeep Rai, Madam Savitri Pandey, Dr. R.M. Chitnis, Vice Chancellor, MIT, Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi, Dean of School of Law, Dr. Purnima, Inamdar, Advocate Pandurang, Thoravi, and my dear students, I am very happy to be here because the management has invited me. In advance, I came to know that first time in 2023, the first batch of law students will come out, then the role of Bar Council will start. So I welcome you all in Bar Council of Delhi. Whosoever is interested to join profession in Bar Council of Delhi, I am here to welcome you. Yes, why not? They all will be there only, that is a capital of India. So, I must share little experience about the honorable guest today, Justice R.K. Agarwal. You must have noticed him, he is very humble, and fortunately, I have attended many programs with him. He is very smiling, very peace-loving, and whenever we ask for any help, he has been very kind to the bar. Then the other Honorable Justice, Talwan Singh, he had been also very kind. I have been associated with him when I joined the bar in the year 1991 in Delhi Bar Association. Sir was practicing as a lawyer, then he joined judiciary. Thereafter, now he is elevated to Honorable High Court of Delhi. And whenever I organize any function in Bar Council of Delhi, Honorable Mr. Justice Talwan Singh has always cooperated me there. My elder brother, Dr. Adish C. Agarwala, I cannot name the number of posts, but I remember one period when he was my Honorable Chairman and I was working with him as Honorary Secretary of Bar Council of Delhi. I was very lucky to be with him. He had been very cooperative, contented, very helpful in nature. Now, I'm talking about Mr. Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate, Dr. Pradeep Rai. The offer which he has given today, I am not able to because he has already grabbed that offer. So Pradeep ji, but at least I am here to welcome you all. I can felicitate you in Bar Council of Delhi. Whenever you will come there, I will exempt you from many formalities at the time of the enrollment. But I believe the clapping by you all was more louder when Pradeep Rai has given the offer. No, now I cannot repeat that concession. My sister Savitri Pandey, she had been very helpful. She had been office bearer of Supreme Court Bar Association many times. And at her instruction, she asked me that you have to be at MIT. And I really got good experience here. Since her classmate, Mr. Chaturvedi, is also working here, so the recommendation was very high. So I had to be here in any case. VC, you already heard about Mr. VC. He is very sweet, looking sweet, and he spoke very sweet. And I don't believe that any student must be feeling any grievances against him. So, sir, thank you very much for inviting me. Now I am coming to Madam Purnima, because I have one more Purnima at my home. And sir, I must share with you, I have done PhD on the name of the Purnima because there was a gap of almost 8 months when I got engaged and there was no mobile at my time. So I kept on writing letters. I kept on collecting materials. So thank you to the management committee who has invited me here today. And I am also feeling more privileged, more delighted that I am here to welcome you all. My brother and elder brother, Dr. Adish Agarwala, rightly said that why are you inviting everybody to Delhi? When I became member in Bar Council of Delhi in the year 2003, so at that time, no outsider was allowed to be enrolled in Bar Council of Delhi. Since I also hail from state of Bihar, I got educated in Delhi. I got elected at a very young age in Bar Council of Delhi in the year 2003. Since then I am there. So, what happened, when my staff used to tell me that outsiders are not allowed in Delhi unless they are not having domicile and ration card, election card. So then I said that when the enrollment authority is from outside, then what will happen? I became the authority, then I invited everybody. So as today, not to worry about any formality, I am there. But remember one thing, that I am also a first generation lawyer, so nothing more to worry about legal profession. Broadly, I have divided into 3 heads. Like one head is LPO and BPOs, where you will start earning from the day one, but you will not have a chance to make representation. You cannot present your case before anybody. You will go in a civil dress in an office and you will not feel that you are a lawyer. The other category is of the law firms where you will go to the office. You will have a limited chance to make representation before the court because there your office will direct that Mr. Pradeep Rai or Adish Agarwala or Murari Tiwari will argue the matter. You go and brief him. That is the limitation of the law firms. The third category is the litigating lawyer. There is no guarantee of one-time meal, so be prepared. Ask your parents, guardians, finances to continue their finance by another 2-3 years. So don't expect much. In case you want to be a good practitioner, you want to be a good lawyer. In case you want to be Dr. Adish Agarwala or Pradeep Rai or Murari Tiwari, then you have to make a request to your finances. Don't ask them that you will start earning in case you are going in litigation. That is very important. So there is no substitute to hard work. You have to keep on working hard. You have to believe in yourself. Don't expect money from the day one. The reason is that in case you will compromise with your senior, then you will not be able to flourish. I have noticed many youngsters, they are looking for money for the day one. That is not a good sign for future lawyers. You have to choose a senior of your choice. Payment is there or not. The reason is I have practiced, I have experience. The moment you will work in any office for a month or 2 or 3, your senior will start depending upon you and they will automatically start paying you. But don't put a condition that unless you will not pay, I will not join. That should not be a condition. And very good thing for you is that it's not a time like me, it's not earlier time. Today all the seniors are dependent on the juniors. The reason is technology. Whenever we want to connect with any virtual hearing, we are completely dependent on our associates. So we are requesting them that please do that, please do this, please do that. You are advanced, you are having technical knowledge, you are well equipped with the computer knowledge. So you have to believe in yourself, have confidence, you will achieve everything. And the limit is the sky. You must have noticed that the first citizen of India had been from our profession only. So nothing can be better than that. So again, I welcome you all. The bell has been rang. I am thankful. So I have to thank Purnima ji also. You know that 2 minutes will take in thanking her. Dr. Sahab, I know my limits. So I am really thankful to Professor Karad and his son Rahul Karad. I noticed Mr. Lalit Bhasin was also there. He had been chairman 2-3 times in Bar Council of Delhi. I believe that he is approaching 90, but one cannot understand that he is of approximately 90 years old. So thank you, Mr. Chitni, Purnima ji, Chaturvedi Sahab, and thank you to each one of you because, you know, the moment I grant you license to practice, you will not allow me to speak more. You will say, my dear colleague, please stop it, bahut ho gaya. Thank you very much for giving me this honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for those interesting remarks, sir. And I'm sure that the students really enjoyed your speech. Friends, now let us proceed to our next distinguished speaker, our special guest of honor, Advocate Savitri Pandey ji. Before I invite her on the dais and before I invite her to speak, I request my technical team to kindly relay a short film on Advocate Savitri Pandey ji.
Advocate Savitri Pandey is a well-known senior advocate at Supreme Court of India. Advocate Pandey enrolled as an advocate in Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh in 1994. She started her practice before Supreme Court since 2001 and soon became the member of the SCBA. She was a senior panel advocate from the state of Uttar Pradesh from 2004 to 2014. She was also a nominated member of the Committee of Sexual Harassment of Women in the Supreme Court by Chief Justice of India during 2008 to 2019. She has been a life member and governing council member of Bar Association of India, New Delhi since 2018. Advocate Pandey has been elected twice as a member executive and again as office bearer in the Supreme Court Bar Association, New Delhi. She has also been active in social activities among the legal community and is active participant in various academic and extracurricular and social activities of the bar for various courts and societies. We warmly welcome Advocate Savitri Pandey.
Friends, let us give a huge round of applause to Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India and former Member Secretary, Supreme Court Bar Association, our special guest of honor, Advocate Savitri Pandey ji. Ma'am, may I kindly request you to address the gathering. Over to you.
Dignitaries on the dais, the Honorable Justice R.K. Agrawal ji, Justice Talwan Singh ji, Advocate Dr. Adish C. Agrawala ji, Advocate Pradeep Rai ji, Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, Advocate Panduranga ji, Umesh V. Tavlekar ji, Vice Chancellor Dr. R.M. Chitnis ji, Dr. Purnima Imandar ji, Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi, and other dignitaries of the dais. Dear students, I thank you to giving me the opportunity and inviting me for this symposium. I must say that peace comes when you are in a peaceful mind. And today is the Human Rights Day. Human Rights Day is celebrated every year universally on the 10th of December. But unfortunately, though it is celebrated universally, but domestic violence is not included under the human right, though this is the most violent area where for the women's and children's are culprits. But this doesn't come under the human right. When we say something about the law has to be abided by the public. Until unless we don't abide the law, there is no peace. So, abiding the law is most important thing to make the peace in society. Dear students, you are here and you are choosing the profession which is very hard. So you have to keep the patience, you have to be cooperative and determined to be in the profession. Until unless you will not be determined and in peace of mind, you can't survive in this profession. Many more students are there are the first generation lawyers. And first generation takes lots of hard work and struggle. But if you are determined and you want to be there, nobody can stop you to become successful. Hard work is the key of any success. So be determined and put hard work without being agitated and annoyed. It must pay you when you will be there in a long term. As Adish, Dr. Adish Agrawala, Pradeep ji and Murari Tiwari ji committed to give you something, I can't commit so, but I invite you all whenever is required, I'll be there to help you all. So you can contact if you want to come to Delhi. So I'll be there at my capacity to help you all and guide you whatever is required in my capacity. And last but not least, I'm thankful and overwhelmed with the welcome and affection given by you all. So thank you, thank you.
Dear ma'am, thank you so much for that warm welcome to our students and inviting them and giving them this kind of assurance that you will be there whenever they need help and whenever they come to seek your advice. That really means a lot, ma'am. And thank you so much once again. With this, we would like to now move ahead with our next distinguished speaker as well as the chief guest of honor for the valedictory ceremony, Justice Talwan Singh ji. Before we invite Sir, let us have his introduction, and I request my technical team to kindly relay a short film on our special guest of honor, Justice Talwan Singh ji.
Advocate K.T.S. Tulsi is a senior advocate in the Supreme Court of India. He was elected. Justice Talwan Singh works for Delhi District Judiciary as District and Sessions Judge. He is a guest faculty at National Judicial Academy, various state judicial academies, universities, and information technology institutions, law enforcement training institutions, and non-governmental organizations. He has traveled all over the world to spread knowledge about the use of ICT in courts. Justice Singh had practiced as a litigation lawyer for 15 years before joining District Judiciary in 2000. His practice areas were corporate law, family law, civil and criminal law. While working as a judge, Mr. Singh has already presided over courts dealing with corruption cases, heinous crimes, service tribunals, civil and family law jurisdictions. Justice Singh has a great passion for the use of ICT, that is information and communication technology, in courts. He has been active in this field for more than 15 years. He has made immense contributions in this field in fully computerized operations of district courts in New Delhi. Justice Singh is the chairman of District Courts Website Committee and nodal officer of eCourts project. He has participated in a number of conferences and has presented papers on ICT in courts, e-filing, e-courts, and digitization of court records. We warmly welcome Justice Talwan Singh.
Let us give a huge round of applause to Honorable Judge, High Court of Delhi, our Chief Guest of Honor, Justice Talwan Singh ji. Sir, may I kindly request you to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Justice Agarwal, dignitaries on the dais, and dear students, Namaskar. I think Mr. Murari Tiwari has taken all the accolades, so I'll try to address the students. Another offer from me. We get requests from students for internship. All of you are welcome to do internship under me. This is the first offer to all the students. Secondly, the topic of the day, law and peace. My own understanding is there can't be any peace in the world till we have a rule of law. The countries where we have rule of law, we find immense peace in those countries. The countries where there is no rule of law, those are the countries where citizens are suffering. For bringing the rule of law in a country, as you've seen in the introductory remarks also, I work in the field of use of information technology in courts. So we have to make the justice accessible to all. I think the corona has taught us that there can be a courts where there is no need for the lawyers to come and appear in courts. In Delhi, we are still continuing with the same practice. So the lawyers, they have an option either to come to court to appear, or they can appear before the court from their own homes or maybe from their own offices. And there are many anecdotes which are, which are being narrated and which we find. One day, and incidentally, my division bench, of which I was a partner, was the first court to conduct VC proceedings after the corona set in March 2020. We conducted a case where senior advocate Mr. Harish Salve appeared from London, and there were other lawyers who appeared from India. And we conducted that case on the day when the lockdown was declared in the country. And from that day onward, Delhi High Court has not, has gone ahead. And today, all our courts in Delhi High Courts are e-courts, and we conduct online and offline proceedings both. So one day we had one lawyer appearing in our court, and I saw that he's sitting in some shanty. So he's a central government standing counsel. I just asked him. I say, whatever his name is, I think Mr. Pandey or Mr. Dubey. दुबे साहब आप कहाँ से पेश हो रहे हैं? तो बोले सर लॉकडाउन लग गया है, मैं अपने गांव में आ गया हूँ बिहार में, और गंगा जी के किनारे बैठा हूँ, चलो आपको गंगा जी के दर्शन कराते हैं. So he just rotated his mobile phone camera and shows us the river Ganges flowing, and he was sitting there in a small kutia on the banks of river Ganges. So the technology has invaded our lives. You are using your mobile phones 24/7. Okay. I think the only break which you get is when the sleep forces you to sleep. Otherwise, people are not even ready to sleep. So the courts have courts are reaching the ultimate consumers of justice through mobile apps, and the e-committee of the Supreme Court, under which we work, has made mobile apps for lawyers. I request all of you to download the mobile app from e-committee's website. I think it is available on your Play Stores also. You can download it from there. You can see the updated status of about 3 crore cases every day. So this is a world record. No other country in the world can give you an updated status of every case which is pending in the court. So the e-committee's website and e-committee's mobile app gives you updated status of all the cases pending in the country, right from the Supreme Court up to the taluka level. As a young lawyer, you may be interested in knowing what is happening in the courts. If you want to practice, if you want to be in a solicitor's firm, or as Mr. Murari Tiwari said, you want to join an LPO or do whatever else you want to do in life. So what the high courts have done now, earlier the publications, SEC Online, AIR and others, you were supposed to subscribe to them. Now all the high courts under the guidance of e-committee, now they have started numbering their own judgments. So there is no need to cite an SSC or AIR or any other judgment. You can cite a judgment directly by the high court's name, and we are numbering all our judgments. There is another revolution which is taking place in the country, by which I think you must be also aware of, and you must will come to know about it. This is called something called ICJS. Most of you might not even heard this name, but the government is spending huge amount of money on this project. This is called Interoperable Criminal Justice System. What we are doing under the system is that we are connecting the courts to the police stations, from police stations to the jails, and jails to the forensic labs, and from there to the hospitals. The students which want to know more about the ICJS, which will be giving us the 360-degree angle of every criminal in the country, and which is a must to ensure rule of law prevails in the country, is that you can Google ICJS, or you can visit the e-committee's website. E-committee's website is an offshoot of the website of Honorable the Supreme Court. and you will come to know about this project. This project will be a reality. It's a reality in some parts of Delhi and Andhra Pradesh, and gradually all other states will also follow. As far as the career guidance is concerned, I'll encourage all of you, you must consider judiciary as a career. You can have an early entry. The other universities and other colleges, wherever I have spoken, I have requested the management and the VCs and the deans to start the courses for preparing students for judiciary. How many of you want to be judges like us? How many of you want to be judge? So please raise your hands. So we have got quite few of them here. So I'll request thank you. I'll request the Vice Chancellor Saab and other people who are to take decision. Because earlier what students are doing, after completing law, they will enroll in one of the coaching institute for 1 year, 2 years, and then they will be appearing in judiciary exams. If we start coaching them in the 4th year onward, and we can have extra classes in the evening after the regular classes are over. So by the time they clear the 5th year exam, they will be ready to sit in the exam for judiciary. Judiciary is hiring at a very, you can say, there are huge number of vacancies. There is a pending petition in Supreme Court called Malik Major Sultan versus Union of India. In this petition, the Supreme Court is monitoring the recruitment to the courts, to the district courts and to the civil courts at the civil judges level. And every year, every judiciary in the country is conducting the exam. So the number of posts which are coming, it's a huge number. And after we have our own pay commission, it is called Shetty Commission, and thereafter the Reddy Commission. The salaries and the perks are really good. It's not the same as when I joined the judiciary in the year 2000. I had practice of earning lakhs of rupees every month, and my first month's salary was 26,000 only. So those days are gone. Nowadays, salary packages are really good. And the amenities and the type of respect which you get is enormous. And in judiciary, as you know, that you can enter judiciary. This is the only, you can say, government job which you can enter at any age, at any stage. Just after college, you can join as civil judge, munsi magistrate, or metropolitan magistrate we call. Work for about 10 years, and then you will be promoted as additional district judge. Even if you practice as a lawyer for 7 years and you complete an age of 35, you can directly become an additional district judge. And from there, you can become a district judge. And after about 10 years in district judiciary, you can become a high court judge. And on directly also, after completing 45 years of age and 10 years of practice in profession, you can be directly recommended to be a judge of the high court. And after completing age of 55 and having sufficient experience on the constitutional side and judicial side, you can be directly elevated to the Honorable Supreme Court. So this is not like IAS or any other branch of government where you can only enter at a very young age, then you have to slot through for a number of years to reach at the helm of the affairs at the top rank. You can join judiciary at any age, provided that you work hard, provided you become expert in your own field, provided that you give your best time, best years to the judiciary, maybe as a lawyer, maybe as a judge, and you can achieve the heights, the whatever is the target in your life. And another beauty is that once you retire from judiciary, you can again start the practice as a lawyer. I'll be retiring in June, and I'll be going back to profession. I'll be practicing in Supreme Court, and I can't practice in Delhi High Court, but I can practice in other high courts also. That is another beauty of this profession, that even after retirement, you can start practice and be a lawyer again. It needs really hard work, and of course, you can be a good lawyer. The first 5 years, Mr. Murari Tiwari said 3 years, I say 5 years. First 5 years are really difficult. You will have second thoughts why I came in litigation, if you're on the litigation side. If you're joining a law firm, or if you're joining a company, or if you're joining an LPO or BPO, your life may be a bit easier in the initial years, but later on, There is nothing like a litigation lawyer. I encourage all of you to be a litigation lawyers. I was a litigation lawyer for about 15 years before joining judiciary, and I'm just looking forward to a day when I can go back and be a lawyer again. The satisfaction which you get after you have represented, you have prepared a case, you have represented your client in court, and you are able to get relief from him is something which is unparalleled, uncomparable to any other profession in the country or in the world, I would rather say. So all my good wishes to all of you, and I hope to see you, many of you, either as prominent lawyers or as prominent judges. Thank you very much, and have a good day to all of you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your best wishes, blessings, and I'm sure your best wishes will help all our students to come successfully ahead in their future endeavors. With this, it is now time, friends, to invite our chief guest for today's valedictory ceremony, Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji. But before we invite Sir, may I request my technical team to kindly relay a short film on our chief guest for today, Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji.
Justice Rajesh Kumar Agarwal hails from Uttar Pradesh and has graduated in law from Allahabad University. He enrolled as an advocate in 1976 and joined his father, Shri Raja Ram Agarwal, senior advocate and former Advocate General of Uttar Pradesh. Subsequently, he served as Standing Counsel of the Income Tax Department of the Government of India and went on to serve many corporations and institutions as their Standing Counsel. He was also the joint editor of the Uttar Pradesh tax cases. Justice Agarwal was elevated as permanent judge of the Allahabad High Court in 1999 and in 2013 assumed office as acting Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. 8 months into his appointment, Justice Agarwal assumed office as Chief Justice, High Court of Madras on 24th October 2013. He was appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court of India and was sworn in on 17th February 2014. He retired from the Supreme Court on 4th May 2018 and was appointed the President of the NCDRC in 2018. We warmly welcome Justice Rajesh Kumar Agarwal.
Friends, let us give a huge round of applause for the President, National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, NCDRC, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, and our chief guest for today, Justice Shri R.K. Agarwal ji. May I kindly request, sir, to please proceed and address the gathering. Let us give a huge round of applause, my dear friends.
Dear friends, at the outset, I would like to convey my thanks to the organizing committee for their endless efforts made for conducting this seminar and for giving me an opportunity to share my views on the topic of role of law to promote peace. Friends, Mahatma Gandhi, father of our nation, has said, I quote, "The day the power of love overrules the love of power, the world will know peace," unquote. International Day of Peace is observed every year on September 21 to spread the message against war and violence. Peace Day, which is sanctioned by the United Nations, is dedicated to the world peace and particularly to the absence of war and violence. At a time when war and violence often monopolize our news cycle, the International Day of Peace is an inspiring reminder of what we can create together for maintaining peace in the world. Article 1 or the Charter of the United Nations states that one of the purposes of the United Nations is to bring about peace by peaceful means and in conformity with the principles of justice and international law, adjustment or settlement of international disputes or situations which might lead to breach of the peace. The rule of law ensures that international law and the principles of justice apply equally to all states and are equally adhered to for promoting the peace in the world. Peace is not only an absence of war and violence, but it is a virtue, a state of mind, a disposition for benevolence, confidence, and justice. According to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's words, I quote, "Peace is a precious commodity necessary for any progress," unquote. Peace enriches our communities and individual lives as it directs us to embrace diversity and support one another to the fullest extent possible. Through caring, generosity, and fairness, we provide a cornerstone for attaining a sustainable, just, meaningful, vibrant, and fulfilling personal and community life. Peace is in fact a state of tranquility, serenity, and order. It implies calmness, harmony, and freedom from war. It is marked by cessation of hostilities and non-existence of strife. Peace refers to absence of hostility. It refers to an environment that is characterized by healthy interpersonal and international relationships. Acknowledgement of equality and fairness. As the most cherished desire of humanity and an unending aspiration of every individual, in its wider perspective, peace refers to conditions of liberty, good health, and security as indicators of development. Peace is one of the important human values. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Without peace, it will not be possible to achieve the levels of trust, cooperation, and inclusiveness needed for societies to be resilient to shocks, manage disputes, and adapt to changes in their environments. Peace reflects to silence or reconciliation. It means to live together in harmony. Without it, society cannot progress. Peace is very necessary for the growth of society as well as a nation. Peace is similar to non-violence. Dalai Lama 14 has rightly quoted that, I quote, "Peace does not mean an absence of conflicts. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, education, knowledge, and through human ways," unquote. War always brings destruction in life. Nobody can be happy by violence. War and violence inevitably result in the denial of human rights. Building a culture of human rights is precondition to achieving a state of peace. Sustainable, lasting peace and security can only be attained when all human rights are fulfilled. Building and maintaining a culture of peace is a shared challenge for humankind. Peace is a way of living together so that all members of the society can accomplish their human rights. It is an essential element to the realization of all human rights. Peace is a product of human rights. The more a society promotes, protects, and fulfills the human rights of its people, the greater its chances for curbing violence and resolving conflicts peacefully. However, peace is also increasingly being recognized as a human right itself, as an emerging human right or part of the so-called solidarity rights. Peace is a human need. Peace helps us in preventing violence. Oftentimes, it is felt that we could not work due to lack of peace. A peaceful mind can do good work. Peace is necessary not only for progress in life, but for good health too. Maintaining peace of mind helps us to achieve goals in our life. Peace is the way for bringing growth and prosperity in life. If there is peace in every human mind, then this world will go on peacefully. Without peace, any kind of development is impossible in any country. Peace is vital for the survival of human beings. Though in our country, multilingual and multi-religion people reside, still we live together happily. In India, we provide equality to every people irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. We can conquer this world through peace only. Friends, Benjamin Ferencz, chief prosecutor for the US Army at Instangruppen trial, has said, I quote, "There can be no peace without justice, no justice without law, and no meaningful law without a court to decide what is just and lawful under any given circumstance," unquote. The importance of maintaining peace is one of the most important issues facing the world today. It is after the thousands of destructive wars that humans realized the importance of peace. Earth needs peace in order to survive, and this applies to every angle, including wars, pollution, natural disasters, and more. While war destroys and disrupts, peace builds and strengthens as well as restores. Moreover, peace is personal, which helps us achieve security and tranquility and avoid anxiety and chaos to make our lives better. Peace is the way that helps us prevent inequity and violence. It is no less than a golden ticket to enter a new and bright future for mankind. Moreover, everyone plays an essential role in this so that everybody can get a more equal and peaceful mind. However, nowadays, it is not an easy task to maintain peace as new generation people believe in violence. Despite a decreasing incidence of violent crimes, the likelihood of power struggles has increased and terrorism has spread to more countries. Battle-related deaths are also on the rise. These factors make it imperative for governments to take the right steps to maintain peace through enforcing proper law and order. Peace and democracy go hand in hand. Where one lacks, the other is jeopardized. To maintain peace and order in society is one of the foremost concerns of any democratic state. Breach of public peace is not only qualified as a wrong done against person or property, but is also wrong against the state. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that peace and morality of the state are maintained and strict rules and regulations are brought to maintain the tranquility of the state. Friends, laws are rules that bind all people living in a community. Laws protect our general safety and ensures our rights as citizens against abuses by other people, by organizations, and by the government itself. Laws attempt to secure our general safety. Law creates order, and from order comes society. Without order, there is a chaos, and chaos results in suffering for vast majority of people. Law establishes a set of rules that everyone must follow and spells out the punishment for breaking them. Law applied with justice is a beautiful thing that allows people to live peaceful, orderly lives. Law plays different roles in the lives of everyone. Law serves many purposes and functions. It helps to maintain peace. Violence should not be allowed in the society, and thus peace is maintained by the orders, we can say, by the laws of the government. Laws also helps to establish standards and protects rights of the people. Without laws, people will not even get the basic rights which they deserve. As there is no life without water, there is no peaceful life even without law. Law is a tool designed by humans for the purpose of bringing order and peace to a society. Without law, our lives are disordered and arbitrary. Law uses reasons and ethics to determine how a society is to be organized and operated. Laws limits freedom, but for a purpose, hopefully, one which is larger good than the restrictions imposed. Peace and order of law are essential ingredient in maintaining economic development, social order, and political stability. A condition of peace and order facilitates the growth of investments, generates more employment and opportunities. Law is defined as a set of special legal rules enforceable by the courts, regulating the government of the state, relationship between the organs of the state, and relationships or conducts or subjects towards each other. It is a body of rules made by the legislature. In fact, laws are the rules that bind humans together and promote a peaceful environment in the society. The rules are made by man, enforced by man on the man. Without laws, man can become worse than an animal. Law is necessity for maintaining peace and for the nation to prosper. Friends, Lord Dylan, an American singer and songwriter, said, I quote, "To live outside the law, you must be honest," unquote. The words within the quotes are absolutely right, because if everyone is honest, then there will be no need for law and, of course, no need to promote the peace. There would have been peace all around, but we all know that it is not the reality. We require more and more laws because we are progressing at a very fast pace, though inside we are regressing. We humans are filled with self-interest, and our selfishness will override every single thing on this planet. There will be misery all around. There will be war of all against all. Thus, law acts as a guard for all the negative human emotions of life. Laws are guidelines which are required to be followed to promote the peace in a society and in a country. Friends, we cannot imagine a day without law. A hell lot of problems will arise if there is not any law. Law is very important for a society, for it serves as a norm for conduct of citizens. It was also made to provide for proper guidelines and order upon the behavior for all citizens. It keeps society running. Without law, there would be chaos, and it would be survival of the fittest and every man for himself. Not an ideal lifestyle for most part. Everyone understands that maintenance of law and order is the most important work of a state towards its citizens. This is the basic of all activities which lead to the development and growth in a society. In absence of rule of law and order in the society, there will be anarchy in the state, and it will be equal to the rule of forest, where the stronger animal preys the weaker one. We have to abide the law of state, but because they represent the common will and are the essential conditions of our life. Maintenance of order and peace has been the need of human society since the beginning of civilization. In every age and in every country, people have been trying to find peace with their environment, within their societies, and within the world. It is strange that this search has been going on for so long and has been sought by so many people, yet its attainment remains elusive. We start to wonder why peace is so hard to achieve. Without law, we cannot imagine regulating any state or society. Without it, we do not have civilization, we have chaos. Law is meant to protect people and property from harm, which result in peace. We can say that to survive with dignity and morality, we need the law and peace. Law governs much of what everyone does, day in and day out. It tells us what our rights and duties are. Also, with that, it also tells punishment for breaking the law, which ultimately promote a peaceful environment in society, in a state, and in a country. The law is important because it acts as a guideline as to what is accepted in society. Without it, there would be conflicts between social groups and communities. It is pivotal that we follow them. The law allows for easy adoption to changes that occur in the society. The rule of law is key to coordinating peace operations or peace-building activities, in particular in post-conflict regions. Its application describes a situation in which people respect the fundamental rights of others, offering greater stability to the society as a whole. The rule of law is normally understood to be an ideal that provides both justice and order, as well as individual freedom and social stability. Usually, fundamental rules and institutions of the rule of law, as specified in constitutional law or otherwise, authoritatively interpreted according to constitutional procedures. The rule of law dictates that all persons obey the constitutional procedures and solve conflicts in accordance with law, which resultantly promotes the peace in a society and create a peaceful environment for the people to live together, respecting each other. I would like to conclude with the words that peace is a concept of societal friendship and harmony in which there is no hostility and violence. In social terms, we use it commonly to refer to a lack of conflict, such as war. Thus, it is freedom from fear of violence between individuals or groups. Peace is a human need. Maintaining peace of mind also helps us to achieve goals in our life. Peace is the way for bringing growth and prosperity in life. If there is peace in every human's mind, then this world will go on peacefully. Without peace, any kind of development is impossible. Peace is vital for the survival of human beings. Right from the beginning, we Indians are fond of peace. Whenever war happened within and outside the country, we tried to solve problems through peace. Peace brings brotherhood, happiness, and integrity to society. Peace develops job opportunities in society. No society can exist without peace. Peace provides strength to society. Peace is the accurate way to maintain love in society. Peace is essential for protecting our society from being damaged. Peace can make our nations healthy, wealthy, and strong. Without peace, it is impossible to imagine a prosperous and developed nation. Peace can be achieved and maintained only by mutual understanding, and it is the responsibility of every person to maintain peace in the society. In a multi-ethnic, multi-religious and multilingual country like India, where the geographical is equal to a continent and the total population is about 18% of the world, the work of the maintenance of peace and law and order is very challenging. Here, even among those groups which appear socially and culturally one may have differences of faith, way of living, food habits, wearing clothes, way of worship, and many more, which often becomes a matter of dispute. The caste and class differences are also deep-rooted. There is a very large number of unemployed youth in India, which often gets victim of the tantrums of various political parties, which feed them to raise their sentiments in order to obtain their support and back their vote. Under these circumstances, it is very tedious job to maintain and keep the peace for a long period. Peace is essential to control the evils which damage our society. It is obvious that we will keep facing crises on many levels, but we can manage them better with the help of peace and law. Peace is vital for humankind to survive and strive for a better future. If we do not have peace and harmony, achieving political strength, economic stability, and cultural growth will be impossible. It is not a certain individual's responsibility to maintain peace, but everyone's duty. Peace is important because it brings unity, optimism, and collaboration among society. A peaceful mind helps us in learning and understanding things faster. Peace keeps us mentally and physically fit. We always need laws to protect ourselves or others and to create a peaceful environment where every individual respects the dignity and existence of others. Law acts as a code of conduct in society, which is why it is so important. It was also established to provide appropriate standards and regulations for everyone's behavior and to ensure the government's three branches equity. Law has undoubtedly functioned as a catalyst in the processes of people's social development with notable instances including the reduction of caste differences, protective measures for both the weak and the powerless, and providing for the civilized existence of those existing in unsanitary conditions. Law is key to promote peace. Law is an ancient term as the society. When society first ever developed, then we needed the law to regulate society for the administration of justice. Institutions and norms are the essential tools of the rules of law. A strong rule of law system includes trusted and fair judicial correctional institutions, along with accountable police and law enforcement agencies that fully respect human rights. In particular, justice systems must be accessible to all people and must vindicate rights within a legitimate system. When justice and the rule of law exist and courts and judicial system function to resolve conflicts peacefully, there is a trust and social cohesion on the basis of equal rights. Establishing such conditions is equally important for peace and security, human rights, and sustainable development. A culture of peace will be achieved when citizens of the world understand global problems, have the skills to resolve conflicts, and struggle for justice non-violently, live by international standards of human rights and equity, appreciate cultural diversity, and respect the earth and each other. There are many other ways in which we can maintain peace at different levels. To begin with humankind, it is essential to maintain equality, security, and justice to maintain the political order of any nation. Further, we must promote the advancement of the technology and science which will ultimately benefit all of humankind and maintain the welfare of people. In addition, introducing a global economic system will help to eliminate divergence, mistrust, and regional imbalance. It is also essential to encourage ethics that promote ecological prosperity and incorporate solutions to resolve the environmental crisis. This will in turn share success and fulfill the responsibility of individuals to end historical prejudices. Similarly, we must also adopt a mental and spiritual ideology that embodies a helpful attitude to spread harmony. We must also recognize diversity and integration for expressing emotions to enhance our friendship with everyone from different cultures. Finally, it must be everyone's noble mission to promote peace by expressing its contribution to the long-standing well-being factor of everyone's lives. Thus, we must all try our level best to maintain peace and harmony. There is no doubt that we can conquer this world through peace only. Last but not the least, I would say, quote, I like to believe that people in the long run are going to do more to promote peace than our government. Indeed, I think that people want peace so much that one of these days, governments had better get out of the way and let them have it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Friends, before we have the vote of thanks, I would like to mention that we have been joined by Advocate Kalpana Sanap Ma'am, who has recently been felicitated by the International Lex Falcon Award of Lawyers. She is advocate and partner of law firm Vidhi Karya, and she is also a distinguished member of the ICJ as well as the Women's Chapter of India. We now would like to felicitate Advocate Kalpana Sanap Ma'am, and doing the honors are Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. R.M. Chitnis ji, Honorable Dean School of Law, Professor Dr. Saurabh Chaturvedi ji, and Honorable Head of School of Law, Dr. Purnima Inamdar Ma'am. Can we give a huge round of applause for Advocate Kalpana Sanap Ma'am? Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing our occasion with your kind presence. And now, may I kindly request the Honorable Head of School of Law, MIT World Peace University, Pune, Dr. Purnima Inamdar ma'am, to kindly propose the vote of thanks for today.
Thank you, Dr. Bakshi. May I proceed? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A very good evening to all present here. Distinguished guest of honor for today's International Symposium on Law and Peace at MIT World Peace University School of Law. It is indeed my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today in front of such an esteemed panel. I, Dr. Purnima Inamdar, the Head of School of Faculty of Law, on behalf of Dr. Vishwanath Karhad, MIT World Peace University, would like to mention that we at School of Law aim to become the leading institution in legal education by strengthening the quality of the legal workforce of our Mother India. I feel immense pleasure to thank Justice Sri R.K. Agarwal ji, Justice Talwan Singh ji, Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, Advocate Pradeep Rai ji, Advocate Adish Agarwala ji, Advocate Savitri Pandey ji, Advocate Panduranga Thorve ji, and Advocate Kalpana. Murari. Who have given, yes. Sir, good intention, not good intention. Honorable Advocate Murari Tiwari ji, who have given their valuable time and precious words of wisdom to our budding lawyers. I would like to place on record my earnest thanks to the senior leadership of MIT World Peace University, all deans, director of MITWPU, for making their gracious presence felt. I would like to sincerely thank the revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karhad, Honorable President of MITWPU, and Shri Rahul V. Karhad, Honorable Executive President of MITWPU, for being the backbone of our successful rendition of the second ISLP program. I would like to express my gratitude to our dynamic leader, Honorable Vice Chancellor, MITWPU, Dr. R.M. Chitnis, and Honorable Dean of School of Law, Dr. Chaturvedi, for their constant support and motivation to perform the best. I would like to specially thank each of my faculty members as well as the non-teaching staff of School of Law for coming forward as a team to physically manifest this event. Yes, I would like to thank Bhasin sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your online presence. A good round of applause to Honorable Bhasin sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm grateful to all my dear student volunteers for their help and superb coordination. Last but not the least, I would like to acknowledge the presence of all the students in the audience for their enthusiasm and dedication toward the field. I hope to see you all in the forthcoming ISLP with the same zest and zeal. I also would like to thank the Bar Council of Pune for their association. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to conclude with one couplet in Hindi with the permission of honorable dignitaries. जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी के इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है, अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमी हमने, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That has indeed set the right tone to culminate the valedictory ceremony. But before we all stand for the national anthem, a very important announcement. I would request all the students who have volunteered for ISLP, who are already backstage, and all the faculty members of School of Law to kindly come backstage, as after the national anthem, we would all pose for a group photograph with our honorable dignitaries on the dais. I would also like to request that all the attendees from the Pune District Bar Association are requested to collect their kits from the registration desk. Kindly enroll your names and please collect your registration kits from the registration desk as soon as we end with the valedictory ceremony. But I would now like to request all the student volunteers to report backstage, all the faculty members to kindly report backstage immediately. The student coordinators of ISLP, the student volunteers of ISLP 2, please report backstage. The faculty coordinators, as well as our distinguished panel after the national anthem. I now request all the students to please rise for the national anthem. I also request the distinguished guests, dignitaries, on and off the dais to kindly rise for the national anthem. I request my technical team to please relay the national anthem. भारत माता की, भारत माता की, Vande. Thank you so much, dear students, for making this a grand success. Let us finally leave with this hope that we shall meet soon in the next edition of ISLP in the next year. Thank you so much. Take care, stay safe. I request all the faculty members, student coordinators, the volunteers.